Hey, welcome to the channel, or welcome back to the channel, whichever may be the case for you. My name is Matt. I am clearly an old man, as you can now tell by looking at me on the screen. And I do enjoy ranking K-pop discographies. One of my favorite K-pop discographies to ever rank has been Red Velvet. In fact, it's the one that kind of kicked me off for this channel in terms of ranking. Them and XG got me through the first couple months of ranking that I've been doing for about 7 months now. And I have really enjoyed ranking this discography. And I have also kind of dreaded coming to a ranking for this group because all the songs are just so darn good. It's sometimes hard to tell them apart or to successfully, for me, rank them. And because of that, shortly after we finish this mini, the Summer Magic mini for Red Velvet, I will be doing what I call a re-ranking, where there are some songs that I've noticed have gotten way too low in my ranking, in my opinion, and some that may be a little too high as well. And so I will spend a day on Patreon, well, not a day, but at least a video on Patreon doing some re-rankings after I get to 100 songs. We're getting very close. We're in the upper 90s now with the conclusion of this. However, you won't see any real shift in the rankings, I don't think, until after the new Red Velvet Summer Mini comes out. It's funny that I'm doing the second Summer Mini right now, and I'll be covering the third, a brand new Summer Mini with Red Velvet next week, the first week of August. I cannot wait to hear what some of those songs are. We'll be doing the title track on Monday when the album comes out, and then we will review the rest of the songs on this day, on Thursdays, when I normally rank. And then I think we'll be getting to the Red Velvet mini sometime after that. Or I'm sorry, we're getting to the re-ranking sometime after that. So I'm looking forward to all of this for Red Velvet in the coming weeks. It's going to be lots of fun. Hopefully you'll join me. This time around, I think it's the final 2 songs off the Red Velvet mini album, Summer Magic. And before we do that, I will give you what we currently have ranked so far. Kingdom Come off of the Perfect Velvet is still my number 1. As you go through these early ones, these early rankings, you'll probably see a lot of the Perfect Velvet tunes ranked on this particular album. And I'll scroll through the list slowly. Do want to remind you that there's no way you're going to find all of these rankings on the YouTube here. Some of them I choose to do on as extras. But since I am doing all Red Velvet and Red Velvet adjacent songs, some solo stuff will be coming. You'll see some stuff from OSTs and things here. Those kinds of things are only on my Patreon. The OSTs are. And the reason being is because sometimes I just don't have time in my schedule, or likely time in my life, to be ranking this. Yeah, so after this ranking, we'll be at 98 songs, and when we get to 100 songs, we will do that extras. We'll add a couple of more extras, and we will do some re-ranking on the Patreon. In the meantime, this time we are doing Hit This Drum, or Hit That Drum, and Blue Lemonade to wrap up this particular Summer Magic mini. And then next week, once again, we will have the Velvet Summer mini review on the Thursday, and then probably some extras and things like that, unless something were to come up otherwise. So let's not waste any more time. Let's get into reviewing Hit That Drum, which I do think is part of the whole level up stuff too. I think you hear that sometimes on some of the level up variety shows, which I'm also covering on my Patreon. That one not so much free, but everything else pretty much for Red Velvet is free. Never mind. Let's get into Hit That Drum. I do place links for both the lyric video that you're going to see me react to, or in this case, just rank and review. And I also put the audio that Red Velvet supplies on their YouTube channel in the description below. Please give everybody their proper and deserved love. And also, please remember that I do, in fact, pause videos. I do talk over the tops of songs. I do sometimes even play over the tops of songs into this thing so that I can determine what the chords are. That's important to me. It helps me rank the song, just because I was a former touring musician, or I am a former touring musician. We won't say was until I'm no longer here. Okay, and I am ready to go, I think. Here it is. Hit that drum. Ooh, that was a guitar at the beginning of that fading in, I think. Or some kind of horn sound. We're in F sharp or G flat, whatever you want to call it. I'll probably call it F sharp. That's a really low F sharp note too. I love that. It's a really not a guitar, it's a synth, I think. Here's the thing that Red Velvet does that I love so much, is that their vocals become part of the actual harmony. Because right now all we've got is an F sharp in kind of in the bass as the I guess you would call that the signpost for where the harmony is. But we've heard in the melody, we know that it's major by the way it's being sung, but we also know that we're sometimes getting some dominant 7 chords. Not only that, but the harmony actually is kind of bouncing between, I guess you would call it a minor 7 flat 5 for the F sharp. No, I'm sorry, a suspended 7. Getting all my chord names mixed up today. As I record many of these in a row. And then you also get it dropping to a B as well. Or that's what's implied in the harmony. Even though the chords that I would play haven't changed at all. I've just played an F sharp. So, love that. That's what makes Red Velvet so good. That line that in the synth that's doubling it is just so piercing. And then even higher, which are notes that I don't have on this thing. But I love that. I love that melody. It just kind of implies an F sharp 7 and a B over the F sharp. And then they, rather than doing the E, the B, again, I'm getting all my chords mixed up. You'll have seen them over your head. That's like a G sharp minor over the F sharp, or an A flat minor over the G flat. F sharp / G flat is one of those inharmonic equivalent kind of things. I mean, I could say it was G flat and E, or G flat and G sharp, but that would sound really confusing, right? Maybe that's why I'm getting confused. But I just love those vocal stacks. Now we're in triadic vocal harmony with the F sharp to the G sharp minor to the back to the F sharp, but it's in a different, what we call inversion, which means rather than being in root position like we were at the beginning, we are now in G sharp and then F sharp in second inversion, because the C sharp would be on the bottom. In the vocal harmonies, nothing's really changed for the instrumentalists. We're all just sitting here holding on an F sharp. But I do love that beat, that drum beat. Boom, ba-dum, boom, ba-dum, boom. Very Latin influenced, I would think, that drum beat is. Yet the sounds, I guess they seem kind of Western Western Latin influenced as well. Just a big summer love kind of song. But it is a mess, according to them. Joy sounds so good on this album. I always say that every album. They all sound good on. Oh, Sugi. And then Yeri sounds wonderful there. Let Yeri sing more. Let Yeri and Irene sing more. And Wendy. And everybody. Let them all sing. That's high. But it does build really well to this harmony. That's an E to an F sharp. Those chords were just E and F sharp, and that was all you needed, especially with those amazing vocals from Wendy. Okay, Wendy, now you're just showing off, and that's okay. All right, Sugi. And Joy, love it. The things they do with bending pitch on the instrumental is just so cool. You tell me to hit that drum, I'm hit that drum, because that just sounds so good. From a vocal experience, I love triadic vocal harmony. If it doesn't have 3 parts, what are you doing? I don't want 2 parts. Although Joy and Sugi doing the 2 parts there, that was excellent. Or them being in front of it all. Yeri sounded great. I think there was a 2-part that Irene and Wendy did that just sounded absolutely amazing as well. So just give it all to me. That's what I say. Let's rank this thing. So there's essentially just 1 chord in this thing. So I'm actually going to go power up and work my way down from here. I think my second date I like a little better. I think Zoo I like a little better. I think With You I like a little better. I don't know what it is about Bad Dracula, because that is one funky song. But every time I get here I think, ooh, am I in the range? I actually like this one better than Mojito. But I am going to go under Bad Dracula with this one. Just because of the funkiness of Bad Dracula. I think is the thing for me with that one. So number 68, that's where Hit That Drum goes. those vocal harmonies are so good, though. But it'd be hard for me to just play octaves on that really stinky synth for the whole song. All right, one more song left for this mini, and that is Blue Lemonade. Don't remember if I don't remember this one. I think I do. I think probably once it starts playing, I'll remember it. But let's check it out. I am actually trying to recall Blue Lemonade. I have no idea what's going on here. Let's find out. E minor? Okay, so there's two different progressions going on here. There is the first one is C to like a B7, but it's over the D sharp to an E minor, doing the Sly and the Family Stone trick, going down to D minor. And then it sounded like they were going to C to straight to the E minor, kind of skipping over the B chord, and then straight to a G, skipping over the D minor chord. E minor, oh, to an A minor, to a B minor, back to the C, to the E minor, to a G, to an A minor, yeah. That's the B7 over D sharp. That's the E minor. That's the D minor to G. E minor, G, C, C to E minor, to G, A minor, E minor. Okay. A minor. Oh, I love that. So I've got it clearer now. So that pre-chorus is kind of a C to an E minor. No, yeah, to a G, to an A minor, to a B minor, and back to the C, to the E minor. But this time it skips over the G chord and goes to the A minor. Yeah, nice. I love how they have these group vocals, but this person is saying that you hear Joy the strongest, or you hear, oh, way to throw that yeah in there. And that it's alright, Jerry. E minor. I love all the different layers in this one. Beautiful. It feels like it's not finished, right? It feels like it needs to go back to that C chord, even though technically G, where they finished, is actually the relative 1 chord to the E minor, which would be the 6th chord in that case. But E minor feels more like it's the needed finishing chord rather than the G chord. Beautiful. I love it, kind of leaving it hanging like that harmonically. And I love the mislead that actually the 1 chord doesn't feel finished. That's pretty brilliant. And sorry for all my troubles figuring out what the chords were. It's really not that complicated. But my ears are making it more complicated than it had to be. All right, let's rank it. Again, I apologize for my ears failing me for this whole album, really. And it's really not that complicated of a progression. It does have some nice little twists and turns in it, though. That I wouldn't just sit... I'd be a little scared to do it on a jam session. Where a bunch of guys are just getting around and trying something for the first time. If one person knew the song well, then I wouldn't be as scared. But I wouldn't want to rely on my own memory and my own ears for this one, to be perfectly honest. I do think that I like it better than the title track, than Power Up. And then I look at 'Cause It's You, and I think, do I like it that much more? Probably not. I'm going to rank this one just above Power Up. But it is an interesting song. It's a fun exercise for the ears. Because there's so many common tones involved, like from the C, with the exception of where it goes to the B7 over the E over the D sharp. That's kind of an interrupter there. But then it goes from the C straight to the E minor straight to the G, which has lots of common tones. The E's in common going to the E minor, the G's in common going to the G, or the G and the B are in common going from the E minor to the G. So lots of little twists and turns, which made it a fun sonic experience for me. So that's where it's at for me. Where would it be for you? And Hit That Drum Finish Down by Mojito. Next week is our first new Red Velvet group stuff that we've gotten in, 2 years? That's going to be so much fun. I hope you'll join me as we talk about the title track. Which has something to do with surf, right? And then next time on Thursday, we'll be reviewing the rest of whatever's not the title track. So join me next week for a celebration of the return of Red Velvet. And please support them. I love that they were able to work it out between all the different companies, because I think Yuri's in a different company, Wendy's in a different company, and of course Sugi Joy and Irene are still with SM. So it's going to be very interesting to see what the cohesiveness is. They all go in individually and record their tracks anyway, so it's not like they all need to be in the same room for everything. Although sometimes some gang vocals with everybody in the same room would be super fun to hear. And people who do like these lyric videos and everything, they'll be able to tell whether it's on the same mic or not. My ears really aren't that good for vocals. Usually I'm much better at harmony than I have been for this whole album, which again I apologize for, but I cannot wait to hear what Red Velvet gives us the first week of August of 2026. And hopefully you'll be here with me, enjoying it as well. Well, I mean, hopefully you'll have the album yourself and you'll be listening to it first, and then you'll just see me experience it for the first time. That's my hope, because I love every single one of these members. I want them all to be so successful in solo things and in group things, and that's why this is kind of an all-inclusive list as opposed to just strictly a Red Velvet ranking list. But we'll see you soon in less than a week. Take care.